Well, I just drove 4 hours through the night and got up at 4 o'clock this morning, so I'm going on a couple hours sleep. The addiction to chase turkeys is something that's hard to explain, I guess. If you're not tore up with it, you don't understand it. And I get that, actually. Because sometimes I'm wondering myself why the heck I do this. But today I'm flying solo, which is not my favorite thing to do, but I'm going to try to film one myself here and see what happens. I haven't been here in about 2 weeks, so I have no idea where the turkeys are, but I'm about to go find them. Well, I just had one gobble so gosh dang close that I'm not sure if he didn't see me putting the decoys out. He's right on the edge of the field. It's so thick in the timber, and trying to film myself, I needed to kind of be out in the field, so I'm not sure if he saw me or not. Well, he didn't see me. He's gobbling pretty good, but he's to my left, and I feel like I'm pretty exposed from the left, so we'll see how this plays out. I like to give a few little tree yelps just to kind of influence the way he's going to go. Well, I blew that hunt this morning. Thing just did not want to come up over the hill, and you know, I stood up to take a look at him, and of course he saw me. I didn't think he was still right there, but this camera saves another one. I mean, he was in range, but I really wanted to try to get some footage for you. And I just pulled into another farm here, and down here on the neighbor's property there were some turkeys out there. I couldn't really tell what the heck they were. I mean, one looked pretty good. Problem is, it's a long walk. But there's so many guys out today. I mean, it's Friday, and I can't believe there's so many guys. So I'm just trying to find a place that hasn't been hunted yet. Hopefully this is it. I don't know, let's get in there and see what happens. Man, that's a long walk. I get across that cow pasture. It was so muddy in there, and carrying all this stuff. Gosh dang it. Sometimes I wonder why I do it, but I'm coming up on this field edge right here. And there's nowhere to sit down in here. It's just so gosh dang thick. So I'm gonna set a decoy out here in the field and see if I can't get him to come out into this field. I don't really know where to sit though. It's all brush. If I sit back there at that tree, I can't see out here. I don't know, maybe if I get the camera real low, I'll just sit here in the grass. I'm gonna put this way to my left, so if they come out here, they gotta come across me and hopefully give me plenty of time to shoot, because it is hard to take your hands off the camera and onto the gun. Man, I just went a long ways for them not to be gobbling. I'm within 250 yards. I feel like they should at least hear me. Yes! Yes! Oh, I cannot believe it. So freaking hard to film yourself. I couldn't get over the camera. Oh, my decoy fell over. Unreal. Unfreaking believable. Oh man. Oh. I walked a long way for that. And man, I'm looking up at the camera like this, my neck's hurting, and the camera was in my way the whole time. I needed them to come across to the decoy, but the decoy fell over right when they were out there. I just ought to go get them. Oh man. Oh man. Yes! Yes, baby. Oh, he's toast. He's toast. Holy cow, look at this one. This is a freaking giant. For New York, this is a giant. Oh my gosh. Absolute giant. I can't even believe it. I think the first one had a freaking double beard, but he went way out there. Look at my decoy. It fell over. It fell over. Oh, I cannot believe it. I blew it this morning trying to film. I blew it the other day trying to film. It is so gosh dang hard. I sometimes wonder why the heck I do it, but this is why I do it. It feels so freaking good. It wasn't the best footage. They didn't even do anything exciting. They didn't strut, they didn't gobble, they didn't do anything, but I'd seen them way out in the field, and I looped way the heck around to get in here, and I'm carrying everything. And I got in here and they weren't gobbling, and I'm like, I'm just gonna lay down in the grass. They might come and never gobble. But they started putting when they got into here, and it's the only reason I knew they were there. Oh my gosh. Dude, I cannot believe the size of this turkey. I'm telling you, I've never killed one this big up here. Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. There's my wad too. Oh, holy cow. Holy cow. Oh, I can't believe it. Look at this. I had to lay down. I used my seat cushion to rest my chest on it, and it was so uncomfortable with my neck trying to look up at the camera. But oh my gosh, there's nowhere to sit in here. I mean, I guess I could have sat back at this tree, but then I can't. It sits down a hill, and then you can't see out there. So I just laid down in the grass. And I think if that decoy wouldn't have fell over, he might have came right over to it. Oh my gosh, he was just starting to go away, which allowed me to get my gun up. Oh man. Oh, I can't even believe it. Well, I just have to be honest. I think if it wasn't for me being on the border of the property, I may have been too impatient because they never answered me. So I didn't know if they were coming or not, but being that I couldn't cross the line, there's a fence there, I just was kind of forced to sit there, and it really didn't take them long to get there. And if they didn't putt, I don't know if they saw the decoy and started putting or what, but if they didn't do that, I would have had no idea they were there. And I was kind of tinkering with the camera still and trying to figure out how I should set up. I cannot even believe that they didn't gobble, they didn't do anything. So it wasn't very exciting as far as a turkey hunt goes, no strutting, gobbling, but I was on the first one. I'm telling you, I thought it looked like a double beard, and I kind of wanted that one, but it kept veering away. And then I saw a fourth one step out, and I'm like, oh man, that one just looks bigger, and the way it's angling, I figured to be a lot closer. So once it finally got down in there, I let her rip. I just cannot get over how heavy this turkey is. I mean, my gosh. I don't believe that. It's 5 yards away. He gobbled straight out this way, and when he hit the ground, he came straight down, and I'm like, this is going to be perfect. He's going to walk right down this old logging road, right to the decoys. But instead, he swung all the way down here to the left into this new field that they just plowed. And, you know, trying to film myself, I can't get over to the left. And I just started calling a little bit, and he must have seen the decoys, and he strutted all the way up through there. Unfortunately, I mean, I couldn't move. I'm just sitting out here in this little hump, and he just came right to the decoys. Man, that is so freaking awesome. I really wish I could have filmed it coming through here. The sun was coming up behind him. It was absolutely gorgeous. But gosh dang it, I need a cameraman. Oh, that was so cool. Oh man, I cannot believe this. It's only got to be 6 or 7 steps away. I just want to show you my setup. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a GoPro set up. Both the batteries were dead. I realized they had turned on when I was shuffling things around last night, and they just drained through the night. But check this out. So this is a decoy. He came right up through here, flogged this thing. I shot him right about here. So right there's my setup. So let's count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. We'll call it 8. 8 steps away, and that is just freaking wild. Man, I could hear his wingtips just dragging through there. The sun coming up through. I really wish I could have filmed that from over here. Man, it just looks so neat with him coming through them ferns, and the sun was behind him. And man, I just couldn't turn the camera to my left. Trying to film myself was so gosh dang difficult. But man, that was so much fun. Gosh, I don't typically hunt by myself, but I had nobody to go with today, and man, I wish I could share this with somebody, because that was freaking awesome. I was 8 steps away. I'm telling you, I put out a line of calls this year that I am so proud of. This call here has just been absolutely deadly this year for me. It's a little bit of a learning curve to blow on this one, but I do have others that are designed for beginners. So if you're ever interested in maybe just trying a call, especially if you're a beginner, I have something designed just for you. But this one's a little more advanced, and you know, when you can control your airflow across calls, this one here is just absolutely has been deadly for me. I love it. So I just gave him a few soft yelps down in there. I don't know why he didn't come in down this way. I think because it's so thick over in here that he didn't see the decoys, and he got down to this open field, and I just gave a couple little soft yelps, and he just followed right up through this little, it looks like an old logging road or something. Oh my gosh, that was so freaking cool. So I didn't get to film much coming in here, and I was looking at a map at a farm that we had permission to hunt, and I never realized the way his property zigzags and goes way back. And I said to my dad, I'm like, you know, we never even touched half of this property, so I got to imagine that this doesn't get overhunted. So many hunters this year, everywhere I've been going. Yesterday we got into a spot at 4 o'clock in the morning. We arrived at this spot, and somebody was already parked there. So we had roosted them the night before, but I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be that guy. So I went somewhere else. We had a lot of action, but there's so much hunting pressure this year. I said, you know what, being that I'm going by myself, you know, if I don't hear anything, it's not that big of a deal. I hate taking someone and it's like, you know, sun pops up and you don't hear a thing, and then it's like, gosh dang, you know. So I at least like to be on a turkey like right off the bat. So I came way up in here. I mean, I'm so far up, I've never been in here, and I had no idea where to go. I come across this field, and just as I got to the wood line, I was like, wow, it's kind of open in here. He gobbled within 80 yards probably, just to my left. So then it was just a matter of like finding a spot to sit. When I'm filming, none of these trees are really big in here, and I don't like to have my shoulders out past the tree when I'm filming because I have to move at some point. And I ended up just plopping down next to some ferns, and that was the other problem. I couldn't see too well with all these ferns, but I really needed him to like come in straight on. which at one point he gobbled straight out here, and I thought that he would come straight in, but he looped way out around and came in. So unfortunately I have no footage of him coming in until he got to the decoys. But that was just, it's so awesome to only be 7-8 steps away from a gobbler beating up the decoys. But if you haven't seen my YouTube channel at all, I do have videos on there on how I set my decoys just to get them close like that. It's just I feel like it's a whole new experience. Is it necessary? Of course not. It's actually a little harder in some sense. I almost missed the turkey. I mean, I blew his beak right off. So, you know, your pattern doesn't get a chance to open. But when it comes to filming, you know, we like to get them close. It is so much fun. But like I said, I came in here, I had no idea if there was a turkey here or not. So this was just a pleasant surprise, and I get the feeling it's not going to be the last time I kill a turkey in here, because this is some beautiful timber in here. I've never been up this far, and sometimes you just got to walk in a little bit further than what you would typically do, and that is certainly the result of today. I mean, I said to my dad, I was like, there's got to be something up in there. There's just so much land out here that I got to hear one somewhere to at least make a move. But I didn't even have to move. I just literally walked in the woods and sat down. The other thing that really helps on these hunts is your turkey vest. And if you've seen my stuff on social media, I've posted, you know, a lot of pictures with turkeys, and I've always had this vest on. This vest is from TideWe, and with this cushion, it's got the 3-inch padded seat. I was able to sit down practically in the mud. It's got the kind of the waterproof bottom here, so I didn't get wet sitting there. My leg did get a little cramped just because of the way he was coming from this way. But I absolutely love this vest, and again, you'll see in my videos and my photos that I wear this all the time, and I'm not just saying it. I really don't think that you would be disappointed with this vest. For the price of this vest, this is the second year now that I've worn the whole season, and all the zippers are still good. There's no rips in it. The seams are not coming apart. I honestly feel like for the price, you cannot beat this vest. I put a lot of effort into trying to film my hunts, and doing this, it's very difficult. Unfortunately, like, I don't get the quality footage that I like to get, but I like to bring you along on these hunts. Something I'm fortunate enough, I get a lot of hunting time. And, you know, I just try to bring my experiences and help you as a hunter, you know, maybe see things just a little bit differently than you would normally think of. So I just want to thank you guys for kind of following me along on some of my crazy adventures. I do greatly appreciate it.